So we're on week 9 now. I've come down to my brother's in Oxted, South London for the weekend to be with him, his wife and my nephew. And I've just brought the dogs out for a walk. There's like a really nice forestry area, and you know, it's something that Dec loved to do, but once he lost a lot of his upper body strength, like his core muscles, it was just too difficult, you know, to go on rough terrain. And not only like his wheelchair struggled as well. So as much as Dec would have absolutely loved this, he wouldn't have been able to do it. And with it currently raining as well, Dec, when it rained, twice he got caught in the rain, and both times he ended up with pneumonia. So when it rained, we pretty much stayed housebound, stayed in the house, just because he wanted to keep himself well so that he could live. So yeah, this time of the year, on a day like this, it would just be a day of YouTube and films. So he would catch up on what Tom Syndicate's up to, find a good funny film or an old one of the old Adam Sandler films was one of our go-to, and that's what we would do. But it was always, he would have rather been out doing stuff rather than being stuck at home. That just wasn't Dec. He just didn't like being stuck at home. So this week's just been a week of trying to just be, really. For me, it almost feels like I only lost Dec 3 weeks ago, because it's 3 weeks today since the burial, and up to that point I was still getting to hold his hand. So for me, in many ways, he was still there, and now that I can't do that, it's kind of getting real, and I've started having nightmares where I kind of relive that last 10 minutes where I couldn't save him, where his heart stopped beating in the van. And although it's where he, you know, for him, for his heart to simply stop, and for him to not have known about it, not to have been scared, was definitely the best for him. But the trauma of seeing it happening, and then the paramedics coming, well, a paramedic in a car, and then having to wait for the ambulance to come, to then be able to, I had to move Dec's wheelchair, obviously with him in it, to be able to get him out the van so that we could then get him onto a stretcher, which I participated in. I think really has left me with a bit of trauma that I've not been aware of. And it's only really hit home this week as to what happened on that day. So it's, people say time's a healer. I feel like I've gone back in time a little bit at the moment, and I'm just trying to focus really on Dec's bucket list and doing things for Dec's bucket list, and making sure that my dogs get walked and looked after, because Dec adored these two. So making sure that they're okay, that the van's being looked after and everything. Now that's the only thing I can really do for Dec, and that's what I've just got to keep on trying to do. Like this little fruit cake, Murphy, Dec only got him this time last year as a puppy, and Dec even said to me that he hoped that, because Missy's quite old, that Murphy, when the worst happens, would be there for me and would look after me. So although he can drive me potty with being a puppy, he was Dec's dog, and the night before it happened, he even cuddled up to Dec and Dec was holding his paw, and this is a very, very lively puppy. it was as if he knew that was his last night with Dec. So yeah, it's sad.